Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope y'all are doing well. Today we're gonna be making more fall cards. Hello fall. So got this from the 99 cent only store. They're closed now if memory serves. I do believe that they're closed down, but I got this when they were open and I was like, ooh, it's $1 for all of these. So it's one, two, three, four, five, six, and it says 6 pieces. So 36 pieces. I've already take those out. And then your friend did something really crazy. When I went to the bin store, I saw these little cards. And I was like, oh, these would make perfect cards. I thought they were actual cards, but they're not folding cards. They're single bridal shower cards, and they look like this. So I could cut them down. The width is not 4 1/4. It's a little bit shorter than 4 1/4. But I cut these down. Then I pulled out my washi tape that I got from Hobby Lobby. These are the three, what I'm calling fall colors. You guys gather grateful hearts, pumpkins, and this plaid. Cut the card down. Apply our first row of washi, and now I'm burnishing it down. I would suggest not doing it on a surface like this if you have trouble picking it up. If you have a glass mat or another mat that you like to use, you can definitely do that. And then take your X-Acto knife and cut around it. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to lift it up with one of our handy dandy tools that we have laying around. I had bought something to go on my desk to house all like my little tools and things like that. It doesn't it don't work. It's too big. So, yeah. So then you just fold it over like this. I've done a few washi cards on the channel, so nothing new. On these, you might want to miter your corners just so it makes it a little bit easier to fold over. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. No one ever is going to know that I thought this was the actual card and not a flat card. I thought it was a folding card. I didn't even know it was a bridal shower card because it just said you're invited. I was like, ooh, party. I would go to a bridal shower. I've never been to a bridal shower before. Um, the two weddings that I was in, my best friend and another friend, I wasn't a part of my friend's wedding, but my best friend at the time, her wedding, she didn't have a bridal anything. She just got married. But her husband, her fiance at the time, went out for a few drinks, I guess. When you're a certain age and those kind of things don't really matter to you, you really don't do it. I didn't even have a bridal shower for my shindig, but we didn't have a real, oh my God, it's a whole wedding type of thing. Just spent money on outfits and pictures and food and the rings. So yeah. Do I think I you know, I had already started making this video and I had to stop it, so I won't even discuss what I feel about coupling. It's just not worth it. Me to discuss it at least. All right, so then we want to go with the grain of the tape versus not going with the grain of tape. And you really can't say that it says you're invited. And I was like, we're not going to see that anyway once we put our beautiful pumpkin on here or our beautiful leaf. Now I do have staple removal process. Ask me if I know where it's at. The answer is no, I don't. Look at that. And then we're just going to find, uh, do I have a happy fall at the desk is the question. I'm just trying to burnish this down. Yeah, there we go. Here we are. What do you think? Let's go ahead and get the rest done first while I look for Happy Fall. All right, so each pattern design is a little bit different, I believe. So this is going to be more prominent than the other little card. So yeah, so yesterday I told you all I got my, I went to the doctor. I went to the emergency room, okay, to get figure out what's going on with my headaches, right? So that wasn't yesterday, that was Monday. So after Monday, I'm waiting on the pharmacy to tell me about my medication. So I got to go to the pharmacy as well. I have a lot of stuff to do today. Follow this train wreck of a medical system that we have right now. Um, anyway, so I go there and they're like, someone input your date of birth wrong. What is your date of birth? What's your name? What's this? And I'm telling them the date of birth that I've been knowing for the last thousands and thousands of years that I've been alive, right? The last time I checked, that's what I when I was born. So they said nope, the doctor inputted. You have to call back the clinic, the hospital, the emergency room that you saw because your date of birth is wrong. Can you just enter this date of birth to collect your medication? Sure. Because not only that, I had to pay for the medicine because my insurance company said they were not paying for the medicine because I went to the emergency room versus urgent care. Okay. So now I have two issues. I need to know if the insurance company is going to pay for the CAT scan that they did on my head or not. Because CAT scans are not cheap, okay? And while poor people, people that don't have insurance, people that are on a fixed income, people that are barely making it, I fall into all of those categories, just so you know. Um, do have an opportunity to go to the emergency room and not have to pay a lot back because of Medicaid, Medicare, Meta, whatever, right? I actually have insurance. And up until yesterday, I thought my insurance was pretty decent, but now I realize that they're all the same. Trash. Um, so anyway, I go to the emergency room, right, on Monday. I get treated with nothing. They give me a shot and they say you need to go to see a neurologist. All right. So me being the good egg that I am, I contact my insurance company because you have a certain amount of time to contact them after you've been seen in emergency medicine, emergency care. I do that. Just gonna scrape this down really good because washi tape and I have a not so great relationship. And right here, we need some of this to go right on this little bitty edge. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pluck this up. I've looked at the paper sadly. And I'm just going to slide this underneath. Now, if you put your washi tape on perfectly and you're very good with an X-Acto knife, because I know some of you are X-Acto knife slayers, you don't need to do what I just did. You can just X-Acto knife it off. But I actually like to round around here, you know, curve it over so it can have some tooth, if you will. And then we just do this and we fold it right on the crease, right? And so here you're going to miter your corners, and I try to miter them right to the edge. Just like that. But remember, we still need to get this little corner. So what I'm going to do is take this, put it right on the edge, right here. Burnish it down. Miter. Rinse and repeat. Card making, I don't know. You probably know this if you make cards. Takes time. Ooh. And effort and energy. Let's not talk about the cost of it. So I remember when I first started creating on YouTube and sharing my stuff, and I used to get upset. I think upset is a good word. From when people, what I perceived as people discarding my work, right? Um, but now I see, I feel it's okay to do because that was a big thing in a community in 2016, 17, 18, 19. It's probably still a big thing. People throwing away your handcrafted cards. Some cards are beautiful enough that people know better, right? A double decker layer card that opens up and spins and maybe words come out. And then you have people that's like, oh, thank you, trash. It doesn't matter what they are, right? I have a few cards that I have received in the past straight up from those little, you know how you buy bulk cards and they have different sayings on them? Straight up from that. And I love them all. I think for me it's a little bit different because I'm like, it's the thought that counts. It's the thought that counts. It's the thought, right? It's the thought. This one won't act right, so we're just gonna do that to the edges. This one over here is a little bit wonky too, so that's okay. See it? Yep. So I was a little bit taken back by them not wanting to pay the price for the medication. Thankfully, it was not a bad price. It was $20, but the lady said she applied some type of discount. Let me see. I have it. I haven't. Was just kind of distraught actually over it. So they applied the FSA to it, which I don't know what that means. But now I have to go to the pharmacy and say, hey, they put the address right, my information in correctly. Did you by mistake input it in wrong? I just don't really enjoy going to the pharmacy and the doctor, and this this has been very off-putting to me. So I'll probably because so this is the thing. This is the funny part, right? So I called my doctor and was like, "Hey," I called the appointment line. I was like, "Hey, uh, I'm just picking these tapes up because I'm getting antsy, so I apologize." Um, I went to the emergency room for my headaches. Blah 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 blah. Do I need to make a follow up with my doctor, or because the doctor that saw me suggested a neurologist? Because I have a history of migraines. So she really didn't do much for or to me besides the CAT scan. And then she said it wasn't my sinuses. As I stated, I think I told y'all that yesterday, that I said she didn't see anything, right? Um, so they were like, yeah, let me check. Lo and behold, my doctor, this is where I really have an issue. My doctor doesn't have any available appointments in the next 2 weeks. The next 2 weeks. So this week, which yesterday was Wednesday, next week, basically the next 3 weeks, he doesn't have anything. 3 weeks. It did. I just got even more upset because I'm like, you don't have anything, and you're saying I could have went to the urgent care because it's just a headache. I've been suffering from headaches for a long, long time, y'all. And while I'm angry at the system, what did I expect, right? that's how I feel now. Like, what do you expect? You really expect for them to be top tier? You really expect for this to be like so amazing when people, yeah. And that's my own silly preconceived notions of how medicine should work because that's what I did for a long time before I stopped working. I was in the medical profession and I saw where it went from caring doctors, caring about the patients, making sure that the patients got all of their little crazy needs done, to you have a 15-minute appointment. You only can tell me about one thing. Once that's over, you need to make another appointment to tell me about the other stuff, RVUs and things like that. So I definitely understand why, because some patients are very needy and they will take up all the doctor's time, especially maybe patients that are older, lonelier, and maybe slightly more needy. Then I have a cough. Can I just get some cough medicine? Because by the time you've gotten your cough treated and they're taking so long, now it's something worse going on with you. So I totally understand it. It's just off putting, like I said, very off putting. Supposedly we're supposed to be having a cold front come through, y'all. Let me tell you something. I haven't seen no cold nor a front. What they say, hide nor hair. I haven't seen any of that. So it's just frustrating. I realized something a couple of weeks ago and more prevalent. As I've gotten older, I'm not more ornery. I've always been ornery when it comes to certain things. Less tolerant, definitely, but just more upset that humanity is losing. We're losing. People don't want, the younger generation don't want you to call them ma'am or sir. They don't want you to give them the respect that they've deserved as they've aged, because then as they're aging, people don't, customer service. I feel like COVID, okay? I feel like after COVID, customer service just went downhill quickly, fastly, rapidly, and it's very sadly. It's very sad. Um, and I was watching someone talk about, you know, that 1 to 2 years that we were in isolation, lockdown, or whatever. Something definitely happened. My son falls into that category, kinda, because he started school in pre-K, right? So kindergarten, he went to school. He wasn't home for COVID, for preschool. I mean, for kindergarten. So as I want to say, pre-K, some states and schools don't even require pre-K. And right now, I think Texas doesn't make you send your kids to school into first grade, probably something like that. Something weird. And I didn't go to pre-K. I don't even think they had pre-kindergarten when I was growing up. So yeah, but I did go to kindergarten. I loved kindergarten. Miss Broom was my kindergarten teacher. She was such a wonderful lady. I've most of my teachers, with the exception of maybe four, cause high school, ugh, high school, ugh, um, just a whole different beast. I can't remember her name. Is it Miss Hightower? No, what's her name? She taught geometry. I did not like that lady. She was nice, don't get me wrong. She was very fashionista, very hip, but she smelled like urine. Ooh. Uh, she was so nice, but we have to remember the preamble, right? I think it was a preamble. I memorized that thing, and when I got up and said it, she didn't give me 100 because I said it too fast. Ma'am, do you not know public speaking is my weak suit? I'm not good at public speaking at the time because I think I was in 11th grade, 10th, 11th grade. Y'all didn't really care for her. My science teacher, she was her last name was Pollen, but I think she got married. She was a kid. She was barely an adult. But I think that she had did a special program, and I think my school was considered inner city. So after her first year teaching us, either we drove her crazy or she got her get out of jail free card. It was go. We had another male teacher, science teacher. His name was Mr. Burr. Y'all, let me tell you something about this man. From my understanding, he named his kid Tim. Talk about a dad with a sense of humor. Because his last name was Burr, right? Like, when you name your son Sue, you set them up for a lot of heartache. Timber, come on, y'all. Come on. Anyway, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like if I named my son Sue and he came and found me because I abandoned him, he has every right to sock me one good time or a few times. But they say it builds character. Character to commit homicides on your parents. I've seen a few people with some really interesting names. And while a name doesn't make you, I do think that it has something to do with some stuff in your life. My some of you know my whole government. Uh People only mess with me as I got older about my name. Not when I was younger, but as I got older, people ask me all kinds of silly questions. So where you from? No. Um then they ask questions like, your name's a drink. Had no clue. No idea. Could you imagine if my name was Cindy Lou? Ooh, Cindy Lou who? Mm-mm-mm. I would like that. Just saying. I would, Nicholas. Nicholas has been grumpy lately because I've been waking up extra early, and so he's like, "You need to feed me." I'm like, "No, sir. It's not time for you to eat." Now I know some of you may like these cards, but I think they're quite ugly. Not all of them, but some of them. So we've been trying to use these up. So we're gonna use probably this pattern right here real quick because I think it's 10 each. Let me see. Yeah, 10 designs is 50 cards. So let's see how this looks. Amazing. Marvelous, darling. Marvelous. The bad part is this card I feel is a little bit too wide for the card front, which is a bit not good. But that's okay because this came this width. And while we could just cut it, we won't. So let's put this to the side real quick. Yep, so overall, y'all, I probably will not be going. I'll just have to wait out my appointments to see my regular doctor. If you start seeing me sell off some stuff, it's to pay for that CAT scan. So if I ever put up like a kidney or something for sale, then you'll know why. I'm not joking. I mean, I'm joking. I'm joking. This is funny. Life is just so comical at times. Because when you do the right thing most of your life, and life just starts to pummel you with nonsense. Like, what did I do? I remember when I was younger, I was like, why me? My mom was like, why not you? So I never say why me, right? Because it could be worse. It could always be worse. I don't know why that tape decided to peel up. All right, so now, listen. Fall blessings. Okay, this is the problem. I want to put one of these. Oh, this one's perfect behind here. Okay, just like that. Perfect. All right, so let's stamp out this fall blessings first. I don't know if it's gonna work, y'all, because this is shiny. I feel like I need to smudge it off or something. I don't know how it's gonna work. But good thing for us is double sided. I like it. So I'm gonna put the pumpkins to side so they can dry. First, let's make sure we get. Some of these pumpkins are a little bit on the. I'm not gonna fit perfect. I think this one will. And if not, we can. It says 6 rows. I only got two out though. I don't know if these are more than one row or not. That's okay. This one should fit nicely as well. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll place everything together. Let's go ahead and put this card front on the card basis. This these card bases with the color on there go well very nicely with the washi tape that we used. I'm just trying to use up some of the stuff that I was like, oh my God, it's such a great deal. Let's get it. And then I ain't ever used it. All right, so I want to use the foam tape for the pumpkin, but I want to use glue or flat tape for the leaves. Because if I do this and put this right here, yep. So we can use flat tape. I know, don't act surprised. Do not act surprised that we're using tape. Weirder things have happened. I knew it. All right, so the fall is still wet on there, and I had put some tape on here, but I shouldn't have. And on the back, I tried to clean it off because I smudged it. It did not work. So I have it on my hand. So anyway, yeah, be careful with that. Let's do that. How y'all feeling about tape and stuff? Still your favorite? You still using your favorite tape, glue? I haven't decided to change anything of late, but just interested in knowing what you are into. October 1st will be, well, I'm thinking October 1st will probably be our last, or September, the last day in September will probably be our last consecutive video upload, y'all. Just so you know. I am waning fast. I'm getting tired. Not that I don't enjoy doing this, but I want to just let you know. We'll still have videos posting, but I was thinking that I need to probably be a little bit more consistent. I know I've been posting a video every day for 3 months now, but in general, because I was thinking I have 4 collaborations, and that's only 4 videos a month if I only did the collaboration. So we'll have to see. Maybe I can keep it up to the end of the year. I don't think I will be able to. If I do, it's going to be a bunch of coloring pages. I'm going to let you know that right now. I do plan on doing Christmas coloring the whole month. And I do plan on doing some coloring for Halloween. I bought some spooky books earlier at the beginning of the year, so I want to use those. And I bought Christmas books. And you'll see some buddy coloring from myself and my son doing his time off. And I still have projects that I want to work on. I just don't want us to think that I can maintain this thing. Because lately I've been getting up and crafting something every day in the morning time. And when I don't have a craft ready, I freak out. So just so you know, I may try to sustain it, but I'm giving you full heads up that I might not fit you. We cherish it. Cherish the day. All right. I don't know how long it's gonna take for this ink to dry. This is our completed cards. Yay! Fall blessings. I hope that you all are having a great start to the cooler months and you're looking forward to Christmas, if not the new year, if not just a whole change in life. Anyway, I want to say thank you for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed the process and my mini rant about the medical system and why I feel like we need to do better for ourselves. Anyway, with the medical system, that is. I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and I want to say thank you for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.